Okay, so welcome back to another video. So today I'm just sort of going to talk through the TRS tune box and how it all works. It's easy to work out. So basically you can go on the TRS website, you can pick what tune you want. They do a stage 1, a stage 2. From that, you obviously, for stage 2, you need certain bits of hardware to make it all work correctly. You could probably do a lot of damage if you have the wrong hardware on the wrong tune. So basically what you do is you tell TRS what hardware you've got, and then they'll say what you can and can't have. So obviously I've got everything that you need for stage 2 plus a bit more, so hence why stage 2 is the route for me. But the process is exactly the same. If you go for stage 1 or stage 2, you still get the same things in the same box. It's just the different files that they send you, that's all. So obviously in the box you get this, which is the main part, which is the handset. So from this, once you've sort of done the initial setup, you can then have up to 5 different files on here, and you can flick between different sort of tunes to whatever you want, really. Sort of the main thing I can see with this, or two things really, is your fuel. So obviously you get 95 RON or 99 RON. That makes a difference to how your car could be tuned and how it will perform. So I've got a 95 RON file on mine, and then the rest are 99, because I do try and have shell V-power in all the while. But obviously, just in case I can't get that for some reason, I've still got the option to go for 95. You might get caught short somewhere. You just don't know. So you obviously get this cable with the device. So this cable plugs into the bottom of the device like so, and then this is your OBD2 port, which you've got inside your car under the steering wheel dashboard. I'll show you this in a minute where that plug is. So basically what happens is I'll put this up on the screen. I've just got it in front of me so I can read it. So so you need to get the stock file off the car and send that to TRS, so they can then reprogram that file and then send back to you. So the whole idea of this initially is to get a stock file off your car onto your computer as a file. You then email that file to TRS, and then from there they'll send it back. You put it back onto this box, and then once it's on here, you can then transfer it onto your car. So I mean, if all being well, within sort of 3 days of you sending the file off, you should be up and running. So it says on here, so you need to plug this in to the OBD port, and then you turn on the ignition to your car. Once this is sort of launched up, I'll put another picture up now. There's you get like a welcome screen, which is what you always get. You click on the tune button, and then it will flick over and it will say that there's no stock file detected. So and then it will ask if you want to obviously download the stock file, and then you just click OK, and then this will then start reading it with like a percentage gauge going up. And then obviously when it gets to 100%, it says on there it will take about 5 minutes. You then turn the ignition off, unplug the device, and then this will then have the file on here ready to send to TRS. So from there, also in the box, you get a USB cable which plugs into here, hard to see, and then USB into your computer. I did this on my works laptop because it'll only work on a PC. I've only got MacBook here, so I did that at work. So I basically, there's a link at the top of that page with a link. You literally download this, a very tiny program. It takes like a couple of minutes to download, if that. And it's the most basic program you can have. So basically, you click on the program, just open it up. It only takes up a little portion of the screen. It's tiny. And then plug in this device. And then once you've plugged that in, there's a little option down the side, and one of the options is download data. So basically you click that and it will start downloading your file to the PC. It will then, when it's finished downloading, ask you where you want to save that. Just save that in like My Documents or on your desktop or wherever you'd normally save stuff, so it's easy to find. Then from there, once you've got that saved file, you send the file to TRS, which is tuning@trs.co.uk. They'll acknowledge that they've got the file. Obviously, they're only going to be working sort of 9 till 5, so if you're doing this in the evening, I won't expect to hear from them until the following day. From there, literally they did mine within in the same day, so they got my file in the morning. By the afternoon, it was back to me. And it's then basically just the reverse of how you put the file on there. So once you've opened that program up with the device plugged in, you open up upload data on the screen. It uploads onto this. You can unplug it, and then I'll go through on the car then, once you've got it on here, how you can then transfer the files over. It's as simple as that. It's and also in the meantime, before you send your file off, they send you like a spreadsheet. I'll put a copy of mine up now, where you can basically, there's a section where you put in what hardware you've got, and then you can pick, there's all tick boxes for individual pieces. Like for overrun, you can have like no overrun up to 3 seconds. You can turn off the cylinder deactivation. You can have like brake boost enhance. There was you can sort of say what aggression you want on like the exhaust pops and bangs. So basically what I did was I had a standard, and obviously you pick your fuel there as well, so I had a 95 RON just with a basic tune, and then I had the rest of my other four were all 99 RON, and then from there I had all just different variants of everything really. So my last file was the one with like the 3 second overrun, real sort of antisociable. It is really antisociable as well, to be fair. But then obviously the one I run the most is like a ½ second overrun. But you still get the full power with all of the maps, obviously apart from the 95 RON one, because it's obviously limited a bit there. So yeah, I'll sort of put that up on the screen so you can see it and how the form looks and what you can sort of pick from. And then yeah, once you've got the file back, it's down to you to pick what you want. You also get like an anti-theft. There's also an anti-theft. I'll show it over there when I'm in the car. Anti-theft, which you can sort of put on, and I weren't sure how that was going to work, but basically what happens is if you've loaded that anti-theft file on, the car will start, but they've obviously disabled like the throttle controls, because when you push the accelerator, the car doesn't even rev. Basically, it would start, but you'd never be able to drive it. So that's how the anti-theft sort of file works. Probably a good idea to sort of have that on if your car's being parked up in a street that you wouldn't, I don't know, you just where you think you wouldn't be able to trust where to leave it. Basically, it takes about sort of 3 minutes to transfer from one file to another, so it's not horrendous. It's better than the Mountain one that I had. So yeah, let's go outside to the car and see how this sort of just plugs in. You can transfer the files over, and we'll go from there. So right, with the box, you need the green end, which is the OBD plug. It goes in that way, into this slot, which is down here. You see that slot there? Yeah. This, where my foot is, that cover is normally over the plug, so you have to unplug this cover from that plug before you can see the plug, and it should look something like that. So you see it's got the wide bit at the top and the thinner bit at the bottom. The plug just sort of plugs. I don't know if I do this without getting out a bit. That just plugs in there. I'll have to do it blind. It says there. So, and that's what it looks like when it's plugged in. So once that's plugged in, the box sort of lights up like this. In the meantime, you can put your ignition on. Typical car, Ford stuff. So from here, you click on tune, which is this one here. Let's just turn the old blowers down a bit. So then it says here, confirm with the right of the file when you click yes. So then it comes up with this, what files you've got on your device. So I've got the original stock file, I've got the stage 2 95 RON, and I've got, they're all stage 2, and then I've just got the 0.5, the 2 second and the 3 second overrun and the anti-theft. So at the moment I've got the 3 second overrun on. I want to put the 0.5 overrun on because my missus is going to drive this tomorrow and she doesn't like the pops and bangs too much. So you click on the one you want, which is this one, and then down here is a red arrow. You push the red arrow and then it goes through like the initialization. It says please wait. And then from there the car does some weird things. If you've done or heard this before, the car will sort of shut itself down if you keep, you know, it's doing the weird things now on the dash. So once that's done, this will then go into like a green bar there, which this is now sort of preparing. And then it goes back to the beginning and it starts writing a file. So I'll time this now. I'll leave this recording. I'll cut back to when it's done, but I'll tell you how long it takes. Okay, so once it's done, the car sort of springs back into life, which it is. This is now sort of saying, it's confirming with the ECUs, please wait. The car sort of sprung back into life completely now. It's back to normal. It says right complete, switch ignition off, which is just by pushing a button. So the car's now off, and it says disconnect the TRS performance pack, which you do now. So that's it, literally done. This will stay powered up because it takes the power from the battery of the car, but that is it. So yeah, so you just unplug this from here like so, and then the car should start as normal, which it does. And now it should have the 0.5 yeah, pop and bang back on. So I'll just give it a quick rev once it's sorted itself out with all these controls. If I come over, make sure everything's cleared, click OK. You push the S button, which will put it, yeah, the exhaust note change, and we're now in sports mode. Yeah, and that's literally it now. So I'll do a full video of me driving this with the different levels of sort of overrun, and I'll do that next time just to see the differences. I mean, it's pretty much the same, but just how long it goes on for. But I need to do a full sort of video on this sort of now it's complete. So once I've been to TRS to have this sort of checked over to make sure the map is running nicely to how it should do with all of the sort of aftermarket stuff I've got on here, I'll then sort of do a drive video with sort of everything as is. So yeah, that'll be worth watching. I'll try and get some outside footage as well as the inside stuff, and we'll go from there. So okay, I will hopefully see you all in the next video. Just like and subscribe if you want to see sort of what's coming up. So see you then. Cheers for watching. Thank you.